What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. Happy Friday, everyone. Big news came out for Lucid. The new Lucid Air Sapphire was just unveiled. I'm going to go through some important points that you need to know and take away from all this and give you my initial thoughts on it. Before I get into any of that, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff is always greatly appreciated. With that though, let's get right to it. So looking right here, you can see their first picture of a Lucid Air Sapphire. So in general, it's kind of what we thought when it came down to this kind of image. So it's not necessarily the wide body, because based on all the estimates, it does appear that a lot of people were saying that it's going to be the wide body tri-motor. But in general though, it doesn't really necessarily have the same fundamentals as the wide body. But still, there's a lot of good things to take from this. This right here, as a post from 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗡𝗘𝗧𝗧, clearly outlines everything you need to know. So it does have up to 1200 plus for horsepower, very fast. So 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. This is one concerning point I do have. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on that. Delivery starting as early as 2023. So definitely a lot of big things coming forward for Lucid. And so when it comes down to it though, as far as the price point, so in this article it goes over everything you need to know as far as this. I did post this on Twitter, so make sure you pop over, take a look at it. But it's this price point. This is what I want to talk to you about. So price point is 249,000 US or 325,000 Canadian. So in general, more on a side note as well, I've never really liked Lucid's comparison as far as their currency conversion. So I personally live in Canada, and you can look on any of the market prices as far as switching from American to Canadian, and Lucid seems to add roughly about 15% over and above that. So very interesting, the fact that they do that. But still, on a side note, whatever, it is what it is. It does look like reservations are also starting to go live on Tuesday, August the 23rd at 9 a.m. Pacific. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we do get a huge rush of new reservations based on this, because personally, based on the Q2 earnings, they did say that their biggest demand is from the peer, which aka meaning the market wants a lower price vehicle. So what does Lucid go out and do? They get a higher price vehicle. So a little bit more backwards, but who am I to judge? I'm not a financial advisor or anything, just a big Lucid fan. But keeping in mind that Lucid did hypothetically just recently change this. So looking here, and this was caught by Let's Go Lucid. So very smart catch on this, but Lucid did change their actual wording right here. So here for luxury, here for performance, here for good. So nice change as far as that component goes. So in general though, this is clearly in line with their expectations regardless of what came out from the Q2 earnings. So let me know your thoughts on this initial as far as price point, as far as what the performance is. So over 200 miles per hour, it is a very big thing. And keeping in mind as well, at the very bottom, I do have the live ticker going. So clearly the market is just very fearful today about interest rates and many other things. Over and above that though, I don't think that the market is really appreciating the Sapphire for what it is. So I think the initial thoughts on that is it's not the best. That's my own 2 cents, and clearly what the market thinks about this as well. Me personally though, I think that ideally they should have really tried to ramp up production versus another variant, even though this does look very sleek, very sexy. But in general though, I think a lot of people would rather have clearly what even the Q2 earnings said is a lower price vehicle. So I personally would rather see Lucid's name out there versus it being a Porsche component, which obviously Porsche doesn't necessarily have that much production, but they have a high quality vehicle. Technically, everyone who is thinking about that, obviously we all know Porsche is not Tesla. Tesla has the ability to fully get their name out there. Everyone knows what a Tesla is. Regardless if they have one or have ever seen one, they know what a Tesla is. But in general, Porsche's name is definitely high up there. It has a high quality status, but by no means is a Porsche ever going to be a Tesla. So I think initially when Lucid is coming out being the Tesla killer and all that, technically we're not going to, unless we get the production down. And unfortunately, by them issuing new variances and kind of going away from what the market actually wants, then I don't think we'll technically achieve that. That's my own 2 cents. I'm still very long on Lucid, and I know right now they're just trying to find their niche on what actually works best for them. And technically companies go through that. It's a little bit more of a volatile time, and I'm not going to sit here and disagree with it by any means, but it's just a concern. Obviously, this is what a lot of people do think. And in this channel, I like to always give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Like I said, said, is a very beautiful vehicle, has some pretty good stats, but I think the big red flag is this price point. Because in reality, leading up to this though, I was under the impression it was going to come in maybe around the 160,000, which in general is still relatively high to what they should be trying to orient themselves towards. But still, let me know your thoughts on all that. As far as deliveries, hopefully they can achieve that starting by early 2023. There's a huge expectation and assumption when it comes down to that statement, because there's a lot of people that it's a tail end of 2022 that they're waiting on for the Pure. So I don't know if they can actually achieve that, but 2023 is a very vague kind of terminology, so they might get away with it. So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. But despite that though, there's still a lot of big buyers getting into Lucid. So this did come out a couple days back, and this was given to me, so I just want to give a quick shout out to 𝗪𝗏 on the Discord. Very good find on this. So in general, a lot of big money is still continuing to get into Lucid, and a couple of things as well I just wanted to share with you. So looking on the actual technicals, we are breaking down a little bit, and by a little bit we're actually outside the boiling band, and 9 times out of 10 we don't get out there unless there's some justifiable reason. So my attributing factor is a lot of people don't like the Sapphire. That's my own 2 cents on that. Looking at stochastic, you do see a little bit more of a deviation. So red line above the black showing a bearish sentiment is starting to form. Momentum, number of buyers is down today, so clearly a lot of retail investors are just very scared of the market right now. And over and above that, I just want to show you this. Shorts are taking advantage of all of this. So technically right now they are increasing 0.25%, a little bit more of an abnormal, so they are causing a little bit more volatility. I actually did see this almost at 3 million shares that they were adding roughly about an hour ago. So it's a very volatile day for Lucid in addition to shorts, but still as of right now they're increasing 303,000 shares. So in general, let me know your thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate that. You guys have an amazing Friday, amazing weekend. Stay tuned for more Lucid content. But with all that said though, let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.